Yeah, no, okay. I like your
Yeah. You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my hair has been the same.
I tried something new. I did the middle. Got it.
Visor. Got it.
Got it.
That's
I
right.
tried
You're leaving the room to make tacos.
I tried the new like middle part because
No.
according to everybody, the side part thing is like old person.
No, I can't do that. I will do the okay, as a millennial, I had a really death grip on the ankle socks. And so I work at a school. And so like I'm seeing all the cool teenagers that wear like
They ain't
socks.
cool. They just act like they're cool.
Okay, I don't know. I don't feel cool. I'm 40 now and I don't feel cool. So then I'm wearing these now, whatever.
With those little crocky things.
With with my little house shoe, whatever this thing is. I don't know. I think they're ugly as sin. Am I wearing them because I'm cool? Yeah, I am.
You're funny.
So,
you know why I wear those things? Because I'm too lazy.
Oh, you don't have to tie them.
I don't have to tie them or nothing. I just slide my. I see. This is the difference. Is I've gotten to the point now in life where I really, honestly, just don't give a fuck what other people think.
I haven't got there yet.
Like I show up and I'm like, yeah, whatever. You don't like it, then don't fucking look at me. I mean, that's how it is.
I feel like you've always been that person. Always. Our childhood. Like, I was just like, no. In fourth grade, we skipped class and got in trouble.
Oh.
We skipped after school class. And you were like totally cool with it. No big deal. We went and hung out in the playground because our parents weren't going to come until after to pick us up.
Yeah.
Went out to the playground where you kissed Tang Tao.
Which also, can we speak about how like you remember these things? Like you remembered that.
I'm the one with the memory. That's me in our friendship. I have memory. I remember.
I mean, I have a memory. It's just not that.
Tang Tao, if you're out there, here's your first kiss. Or maybe not your first kiss. I don't know. Third grade. Who knows? Anyway, we went out and hung by that tree. And then at the end of after school program, we're like, okay, cool. And your grandma's waiting for you. You drive away. Our teacher, Mrs. Smith, if you're still out there, Mrs. Smith, you still scare me to this day. She comes in and yells at me. If you're not going to be a part of this program, like you should be, like rip me a new one. And I'm just like, where's my dad? Where's my dad? So like I came the next day and I was like, Miss Smith is really mad at us for skipping. You were like, all right. And I'm like, I felt bad all night. I didn't sleep. I'm like, Miss Smith hates me. See, Miss Smith, you scarred me for life. Hope you're out there enjoying your 3 cats still or whatever. Anyway.
Probably like 20.
I know, whatever, probably now. Anyway, yeah. So I don't feel like you've ever been someone that like, give a shit.
Yeah. If I had to sum it up, I would probably agree with you.
Yeah. That's part of the no boundaries part of this podcast.
Which now I feel like we should like say, welcome back.
Yeah.
Episode 2.
Yeah. We're back.
We just like dove right in.
They didn't get rid of us.
We just stuck in there, whether it was going to work or not. This is probably true for the whole thing. We'll probably just keep doing this.
Yeah.
Because I think it's more entertaining for me and you.
Yeah. Did Dwayne even hit record or are we just sitting here talking to ourselves? That would be funny. He would
we're recording.
Oh, yes, he'd do that. He'd be like, okay, you guys are recording. We'd just be sitting up here being hilarious. Just wear our little onesies,
Dwayne literally left us on our own too. He went to go make tacos.
I know. I said he could leave the room if he made tacos.
We also brought drinks this time. For those of you that can see us, I've got, I think they call it a margarita.
I'm 40, so I have herbal tea. Delicious. With honey, a little bit of honey.
I just, I had seen a video that said drink this stuff, so I got it. God knows I'll drink this one thing right here, this one cup, and I'll probably wake up with a hangover tomorrow. So if I'm going to do it, I might as well have a couple because I'm going to have a hangover whether I drink one or 5.
This herbal tea could probably kill a bit of a hangover as well. Just depending on what's in there, a little catnip, little whatever. Whatever one of these things these days.
I know. But, well, it's the chamomile. It hits you.
Yeah.
It really twerks you up.
Yeah. 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 So sticking with the 40 thing, last time we heard from a lot of people, we hinted at the poop in your pants on a walk and other dangerous sugar-free candy things. People were like, we got to know more about that. So I'm going to let you tell the story. Her teenage daughter, Abby, has been dying for this story to go public, and it's going to go public right now. And then we'll embarrass me later with some of my crazy stories. There's that stuff.
I don't even know why I ate sugar-free candy, honestly. I think Dwayne was trying to do keto.
Was he on a kick?
I think he was. And for some reason, sorry, these
headphones are terrible.
I gotta switch them around.
Don't order headphones.
It's because it's because the inside of my ears all fucked up.
Oh, your screwed up ears. I had to hear about this, and I've never really looked at her ears before. But
it's because it was reattached. But anyways,
oh yeah, that's another story for another day.
Anyway,
that's if we do a sad podcast.
Yeah, a sad podcast. I don't think it was sad. I mean, maybe back then. Now it's kind of entertaining. Back to the sugar-free.
Yep.
So,
sugar candy.
I think I was trying to do like a no sugar thing. And so I had bought like a little bag of those what are the candies called? They're like smart something another.
Smarty?
No.
Smart ones.
Smart ones, I think, or something like that. And it's supposed to be like sugar-free, like gummy bears or Swedish fish.
Oh, okay.
I got the Swedish fish ones.
Of course you did.
Thought it was being good. I literally,
it's got to be healthy.
I think I literally ate like a handful. Like that was all. And then Abby and Katie were at our neighbor's house with their little boys. No, maybe it was just Abby. Anyways, they were at the house with the little boys, and one of them, they were babysitting, and one of them wanted to go for a walk. Well, I didn't want them to go for a walk by themselves because
it's Sweet Home Oregon, if you're familiar. Don't walk children by themselves.
And I mean, like, it was probably Katie. She was probably 10, and he was probably like 6. So I was like, yeah, you're not going to fight somebody off. So anyway, I was like, I'll take you for a walk. Just let me, this was during COVID, so I worked from home. So I was like, let me just finish up this meeting, and then we'll go for a walk. And they're like, okay. So I get my walking shoes on. I'm all ready to go. And my tummy hadn't been really happy. Like, it just wasn't happy. I feel like it's always funny when guys talk about like sharting.
Yeah, and it can. But as women, if we admit we shart,
yeah,
no, my husband doesn't want to hear it.
So we start on the walk, and like at the old house, remember how that Catholic church was right there?
Oh yeah.
Like we get to the end of that block at the top, and then we're coming down, and we get to almost the Catholic church, which is not far from my house. And I was like,
Holy Spirit came out of you.
Woo. I thought, okay, this was the problem. I just had gas.
That's something else that's Gordy.
All of a sudden,
to fart no more.
All of a sudden, I fart. Well, that wasn't all. The Lord had other plans. And so I looked at Katie and I was like, we got to go home. And she was like, what? And I'm like, we got to go home because I think there's something wrong. And she was like, what? Really?
Wrong in my reach?
She was like, yeah. And I said, she's like, but, like we wanted to go for a walk. And I said, let's just go home and then we can go for a walk. Like, I got to go home. I got to make a pit stop. So we went home and I wasn't going to say anything to anybody, but I think I can't remember if I said something to the
I came over for a visit and Abby.
I think I said something to the kids because they were like, what's wrong? And I was like, I got to go to the bathroom. And they just thought I had to go to the bathroom. And I was like, and I came out and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. And I come over to the house and then for a visit and Abby's like, oh, Mom pooped her pants on a walk. She's like laughing uncontrollably. And it's like, sometimes I'm glad I don't have children because then I could just do embarrassing things. Like,
yeah, I thought that was like one of those inside the 4 walls. It was safe.
No, it's on podcast.
Yeah, I learned
by the Catholic Church.
I learned that that's not stuff that is safe with my kids anymore.
No, I mean we could like again the rule number 1 when I started this podcast. My mother said, "Don't embarrass me."
Yeah,
even though she's gonna come on an episode eventually and embarrass the crap out of me.
Yeah, no. So you were talking about teachers.
Yeah.
So me and Julie were reminiscing the other day, and we had, so for the most part, we had the same teachers because we were in kindergarten together. First grade, we had different teachers.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. But the same the rest of the way because we had.
I was gonna say second, third, fourth, fifth. Yeah, pretty much going forward, we had the same teachers.
And even into middle school, they kept doing the same.
But you see, like the what do they call that?
I'm a nerd, so I've always been kind of an advanced class.
I was just gonna say, we always called it the special classes.
Not in that. I didn't ride any kind of shortened bus at all or anything.
No, but you were on the other side of the building at Rivera. Remember?
Yeah.
You were like, some of your classes were on the other side of like Mrs. Furtado and or whatever.
Furtado, you just pulled that out of nowhere.
I did. And Mr. Havel's, it was on the other side.
Havel. Oh,
but
if you're listening, but he died.
Yeah.
And I'm sure of that one. I know you claim that I think everybody died. But you
do. You thought that
Dan Aykroyd.
Jim Belushi or whoever
Dan Aykroyd. I'm
Dan
pretty sure at some
Aykroyd.
point he died. And
He's not dead. He's still alive.
I heard that Dan Aykroyd died. I had a feeling.
I mean, maybe in the 70s he died from like an overdose and came back, but I don't think. Yeah. Anyways, we were talking about our favorite teachers in elementary school, and I had told you that my favorite was Mrs. Polsey.
Yep.
But you had her for first
and fifth.
and fifth.
Yeah.
And I only had her for fifth.
Yeah.
I still remember she taught what a girl deer was a doe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I never had known that until then.
You know what I remember about her? She was obsessed with Joe Montana.
Oh, yes. I forgot about
she
that.
loved 49ers and she loved Joe Montana. She had a huge, like, cardboard cutout of Joe Montana. And I thought, that's weird. But totally now, I mean, you could give me a cardboard cutout of something.
JD Vance.
Of JD Vance. Or, Henry Cavill. Anybody.
Maybe Petey.
Pete. Oh, the Seth guy. Seth. Yeah. Shirtless. I just have you've been trying to talk about what to put behind us. Are you doing cardboard JD?
We should get some cardboard cutouts of people.
Oh my God, where's Dwayne?
We gotta get the cutter. Oh gosh.
Cutter?
Oh, the wood people. The woodmen.
The woodmen. I don't know. But we need some decoration back there, and I think JD would be perfect.
Yeah.
Just right. Great.
I always wonder, like, why those teachers made such an impression. But back in those days,
See, it was 1995 when we were in fifth grade.
Yeah.
So you know.
But do you remember? Oh God, it was.
Yeah, because the year ends in the grade that we were in. I don't know why. I'm that nerd. I am autistic.
You just answered your own question.
I am colored green. I know random dates.
So I think that when I think back, I think that like I don't know. It's interesting because, well, for us, we went to junior high in sixth grade, whereas like in some places in Oregon and even in Atwater,
Yeah.
like the town over from where we grew up, they were still in junior high, or I mean in elementary school.
Yeah.
But like both my girls were in elementary school until six, like through six.
Yeah.
So I think that like it was weird to like leave elementary school at fifth grade.
But they kept those sixth graders segregated. We only hung out on one little
That's when you
classrooms.
hung out on the other side of the
Went out
wasn't
on the
it?
smart side of class.
I don't really remember. Oh no, I do remember. Do you remember? All right, we're going way down memory lane. Do you remember the seventh grade teacher? I don't know that you had her. God, I can't remember her name. And she was the science teacher. Right.
Oh, okay.
We're back. Sorry, we had some
technical
difficulties. Our producer had to come help us.
Yeah. Had to take a break from tacos.
We are not that smart. Anyways,
yeah,
I left
science
off with
teacher.
a science teacher, and one summer she went to like Cabo or something. I don't know. She went somewhere, and by the time that school started, she was Lego.
I thought she slept with our science teacher, with our math.
Well, that's what the story always was, but I don't know if it was. But she told us students way more than we needed to know.
She did. Oh, you know what? She used to be friends with the band teacher. That's how we knew a whole bunch because
you were in band. Because you were a band.
Well, and you were in color guard.
Yeah, that's right. That's how I got out of playing baseball.
Oh, well, that's nice.
My mom was like, she wanted to coach, and I didn't want to play. So
yeah, there's that tidbit. Sorry,
but yeah,
if you didn't already know that, so didn't want.
We also had a teacher that I still cannot put the face with the name, but so what was the name, Mr. H? That's what we'll leave it as. But by the time that Julie's little brother Danny had went into that school, it had become Mrs. H.
I can't remember what her name was.
And that was like
she changed
way back in the day before like gender changes was a thing.
Yeah, that was like really early. I want to say 1999, 2000, something like that. Yeah. And
in the 99s and in 2000.
Once he became a lady, he dressed up as the Energizer Bunny for Halloween and wore bright pink tutu and tights and was like bong, 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 beating his drum in the middle of the road one day when my mom was taking my brother to school.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that, but okay.
Yeah. So
did he still have his junk?
So that's what everybody wanted to know, is if he completely got rid of. He had bottom surgery. I don't really know because I didn't know him that well, and we didn't.
How did they call it?
It's bottom or top surgery. I don't know. You know who taught me that? TikTok.
I kind of want to have some surgery, but in the middle. Not.
You want to have middle surgery? I hate being.
I just want to take some of this
from my boobs to my vagina.
I just want to take some of this extra fluff.
I think that's just liposuction. You don't have to give it a new name, but if you want to, I mean, yeah,
interesting. But yeah,
So
middle school though.
Middle school.
I'm going to talk about middle school because that's
I feel like that was when our friendship became really interesting. I mean, when you're a little kid, you're a little kid. Play pretend, whatever. 6th grade happened, and we were like, we're skaters. Okay, we're gonna be skaters. I can't skateboard. I can't skate to this day. I can't skate.
But did you have a skateboard?
I did. I didn't. I just carried it. I didn't do anything with it because I was just looking the part. We wore the Vans, the big or the etnies, those big shoes.
All the things that are back in style now.
They're coming back.
Yeah, they are.
Want a pair.
The skate shoes.
Yeah, they were comfortable, and my mom would like refuse to buy them. So it was many years before I got a pair of Vans myself. Anyway,
and now you have like 400.
2 colors at least, but I think. But yeah, so we were like skaters, and then I don't know what happened, but by the end of 6th grade, we were goth. So we made that transition.
Hard. You know what it is?
We were
hard.
Yeah. Hard to understand.
Did we wear uniforms?
So 7th grade started blue and white uniforms.
I thought in 6th grade we didn't have to.
No.
Right.
So we wore blue and white uniforms. We did not go to a private school. We went to a really hard cross the tracks kind of school, middle school. There was a stabbing our 6th grade year, and it was an 8th grader stabbed another 8th grader. And my mom was like, "Oh my gosh, this is a really scary school." Well, yeah,
mind you,
there were gang houses across the street.
Well, and mind you, we grew up in the country, and our elementary school was in the country, so we were literally like bussed in. And not only that, they picked the colors of the uniforms in opposite gang territory.
Yeah, so we had to wear blue and white, and we were in a red territory.
It's the Crips or blue.
Bloods.
Blood.
Yeah.
We were in a blood area.
Apparently, I don't know. We were dorks. We were the farthest thing from a gang member. Did we listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony like we talked about before? Yeah, we did. I don't know why.
Because we're hard.
We're hard. So yeah, we went goth, and it's not really a hard thing. To this day, I still wear more black than anything else.
It wasn't a hard thing for you to transition.
I remember I got grounded one time because Catrina dyed my hair with Kool-Aid.
I think that was at Andy's house, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
But we just did my bangs, and my dad was still really angry.
I didn't think that it actually stuck.
Yours stuck because you were blonde, but mine, like, it was good for that day, but then it kind of, you couldn't really see it after that. And so, like, we were really trying.
I don't think that I made more points with your dad there.
I know. Whatever. That's dead and gone. So, sorry if that sounds cold, but yeah. So yeah, we had a whole time of that. And at the same time, we were completely consumed and obsessed with the band Bush. I don't know if anybody's a Bush, but that was our band. And Gavin Rossdale. And I was obsessed with the drummer. And yeah, we were really into that. We had
what was his name?
Yeah, Robin Goodridge.
Robin.
Again, I'm the memory.
We literally had a book. Both of us had books.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever happened to mine.
You gave it to me.
Did I?
And yeah, you gave it to me, and I married it with mine, and it's up in my attic. I'm 40 years old.
It's literally just like magazine clipping.
Anytime they were mentioned, I cut it out, or she would cut out. We put like bubbles next to them.
The level of like, so we love true crime.
Right.
Anything crime, honestly. And unfortunately, that's bled into my kids now because they both want to go into criminal justice. Okay. But like, we literally were the like definition of creepy.
Yeah.
And obsessed.
Yeah.
In junior high.
Oh, yeah.
With these like 20-something-year-old males.
20?
Yeah, they had to be. Because, God, they're probably in their 60s by now.
Have you seen Gavin Rossdale? Boy, he looking rough. No, JD Vance for sure. Is Julie just going to talk about JD Vance on every podcast? Yeah. Until he's not vice president anymore. Or maybe
she might.
And then she
might find a different one to pick up on.
Yeah.
That is too funny. But yeah, no, we were obsessed. I had blue hair.
You did have blue hair. And I was so jealous because my dad said that wasn't allowed. And I could. So I just wore all black. Then I remember we went to high school, still goth the first day. And we quickly realized it wasn't cool no more. We had to go home and find some other color clothes.
No, it was not. And not only that, we went to high school with a bunch of Aggies.
So we went from that inner city gang.
So we went to kind of a mix because there was gangs.
There was gangs.
But there was Aggies.
Yeah. and then the school color was blue, so then it kind of already fit in. Yeah.
Dwayne always likes to tell the story. I don't know if you're I don't even know that we were there yet. But he always likes to tell the people the story about the girl with the hot dog in high school.
I don't know this story. Unless you're talking about the girl that wasn't a girl.
No.
Say Leo? Oh, okay.
Leo? No, I'm not talking about that one.
That's a hot dog of a different flavor.
No, this one was I guess I don't know. I'll call it a wives' tale because I don't know if it was true or not.
Oh, like Marilyn Manson's ribs.
But she took a frozen hot dog into the bathroom and proceeded to
Defrost it.
it got stuck.
Well, yeah.
I can't even remember the name. I probably shouldn't even say it. But anyways,
Who brings a frozen wiener to school and was like,
no. She didn't bring it to school. She got it at school, from what I understand.
where do you find frozen?
I don't know. Maybe she works in the cafeteria. Did you ever eat in the cafeteria?
No.
Okay, I didn't either.
Pizza every day at the carts. That was it.
But you know what's funny is like Abby's high school, they send out like an email with the names and things of stuff. And it freaking sounds good. I want to go have lunch. Just shut up.
My mom says I still dress like I'm a middle school, high schooler, so I bet I probably just go back.
Really?
Yeah, she says I still do that.
My kids just remind me I look like a middle-aged mom.
Yeah.
Or a teacher. That's their new thing. Their new obsession is to tell me that I look like a teacher.
Okay, some of our teachers were hot, so like.
But I don't know how I look like a teacher when I'm literally in my Danners and my jeans and a high-vis sweatshirt.
Ag teacher.
Thanks, Joy.
I had ag teachers. None of those were hot that I remember.
Oh no, Mr. Brewer. Remember that one time that we got
he was an ag teacher though.
That we got like way too deep into it and we were looking up like the teachers at Atwater High School?
We might have stalked them. And if they didn't work at Atwater High School anymore, they worked at the other neighboring high school in town. And we found them there. And we were like,
I think we just went through all the high schools.
We did. And we even found our past classmates that are still there.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm sorry right now to any of you people that might find that. But if I graduated from high school and then I go back and teach, they're like, no, I'm good. I don't ever want to touch high school anymore.
Well, and I feel like it's one of those things that, especially like in my career,
yeah,
I always tell people I didn't enjoy high school necessarily that much.
No.
Like my boyfriend, which is now my husband, was a year older than me. And
you heard that correctly. She married her high school sweetheart.
So I feel like I was always ready to be out of high school because he was closer to being out of high school than I was. And so
yeah, he was already done.
I just like to think like to go back and then work there.
No.
Ugh.
No. Ugh. Not ever.
It's meant for certain people. And some people, I'll be honest with you, some people that we went to high school with that became teachers, maybe they're not at that school, but at other schools, it's always a little bit scary that that's the person teaching the kids.
Right. And you know what?
I mean, it's probably a little scary to some people that I do what I do.
I don't think it's probably. They probably don't even know what I do, and that's
no. Julie's an entrepreneur.
Sometimes,
yeah. She's an online entrepreneur. That does not mean OnlyFans.
I was just gonna say we better clarify this. I don't have all this fancy equipment at my house, and I film other things. Okay, this couch is hers, not mine.
This is my extra living room. But we're in the second living room.
You know what? If I was drunk, I'd love to touch it. You know how
I was just gonna say you and the like.
It's really soft.
Your herbal tea is really.
It is. It is. Maybe we switched, and I have the margarita thing.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So I think it's about time I pull one of these.
Okay.
Oh,
before you do, I did promise them I had to tell the story about some point in my career about a funny work story.
Oh yeah.
What hit me with it, girlfriend?
Most likely to create a fake social media account to spy on someone.
That's definitely you. Yeah. Have you done it before? Be honest.
Okay, back when my MySpace, I had a fake MySpace.
Really?
Yeah.
Who were you trying to stop?
Well, so I had roommates that were not the best people and did shady things. And so like I wanted to like keep an eye on them, but I didn't want to friend them. And so like I don't even know. I posted someone at school in college or something like that. And
they like accepted it and were following.
I wasn't on their like top 8 or whatever it was on MySpace. But yeah,
Did you find anything out? I get any good juicy.
Well, I got a lot of pictures of them like destroying my house when I wasn't around, so that was cool. Yeah, they lived in the downstairs bedrooms, and I lived upstairs with my other roommate, and so like they would have parties and hell break loose, and yeah, so, yeah.
All the fun joys that I didn't get to experience. I went straight from high school to junior college, still living at my parents' house, to then at some point moving in with my then fiance, who is now my husband, to then buying a house, uh, dropping out of college and getting pregnant. Oh, I got married somewhere in there.
Yeah, I was like, I think she got married.
Yeah, I got married.
Yeah,
I got married. We got married like a month after we bought the house, our first house.
Oh,
And then I got pregnant like a year later. So
no, I was in college for a long time. I mean, I have degrees, but yeah, I did not take that path. I did. I mean, honestly, if I had a high school sweetheart, I probably would have followed that same path. But I did. Boys weren't liking me for obvious reasons. No. Your turn.
oh, I'm pulling one
Your
too?
turn.
Okay.
Oh,
Most likely to have a secret sex tape.
totally. Her. She probably has 3. I could go look under the bed right now. She probably got like 3 of them.
Okay, it's not like a VHS. And I'm not even admitting to having one, but still, it wouldn't be a VHS.
We have a digital. Look at my husband sets up all this fancy
I
stuff.
I don't even have a DVD player.
That just because you can't play your movies doesn't mean you don't have them. Yeah. I feel like that's a good Julie and Katrina story.
Yeah.
Is us using a VHS tape to tape porn.
Ugh.
So Spice
God, you're going to go there.
was a channel back in the day that like after 10, 11, something like that.
I feel like it was probably midnight.
And her family had the black box that unscrambles it. So you don't just see a random nipple and something every now and then, right? It was the whole thing. And so we were really curious. 7th graders, 6th graders?
I want to say we were probably 6th grade.
Yeah, and we were really curious about this.
So 11? Oh my God, we were so young, Julie.
I know.
What was my parents doing?
Yeah, but we turned out to be good people. Okay.
So we were like curious.
Taped it.
That's a good way to put
We
it.
put a tape in the box and set it to tape. Well, we didn't tell our parents. So our parents would go to bed. We would tape like an hour of it and then come back, get the tape, take it back to her bedroom, put it in the tape thing, and then watch it and be like, so where's it go? Okay. Oh.
It was our sex education.
It really
because
was.
we really didn't get
we weren't
sex
like
education.
sitting there like excited about watching it. We were really curious about what boys look like mostly, but also girls.
Because if you think about it, like, was it 6th or 7th grade where they actually go over like all that
I
stuff?
think it was like 6th grade. It was like the day after I started my
But it was
period.
probably like Mrs. Furtado teaching it.
Ugh. I'm sorry if you're out there,
But do you know what I mean? Like it wasn't.
yeah, no. So yeah, so that's basically how we learned about things. And then we decided we needed to find out where those parts were on our body, and we went into the bathroom and we took a hand mirror, and Katrina squatted, and I looked under there, and I was like, I think that's where it's going. So that's our friendship. That's where, I mean,
We are literally best friends.
You don't just keep someone in your life that you just haven't examined parts of. So
I'm trying to think like how many times in our lives I've probably seen you naked, and I probably can't count.
This went somewhere weird, but yeah, no.
No, because you think about like when we were kids, because I've always been.
Yeah.
I've always.
She's always been an exhibitionist.
Well,
ask my father.
That
sounds weird. Wait, that sounds weird. She ran around naked in my backyard.
We should cut that clip.
You can cut that out. Even though it's really funny now.
No, I would say that throughout our whole friendship, Julie is the one that comes up with these crazy ass ideas. Yeah. But I swear she comes up with them just as a challenge to me to see if I'll do it. My problem is
she will do it.
The minute that you give me a challenge, I'm like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Let me see what I now do.
She does say sometimes when I dare her to do something or just put her in the situation, I'm a mom. I'm 40. I can't be doing this. You're doing it.
But I still do it.
She does it.
I still do it.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. But yeah, so
she's the one that would have a sex tape. Get that rounded up.
So as kids, she'd come up with we should go swimming naked. Okay, sure, let's do it.
I did that too. But then your brother found
And then I'd be the first one in the pool, and you'd be over there in wrapped up in a towel.
Well, that's after your brother found us. What are you guys doing in there?
Okay, so we grew up in a town in California where it gets hot.
Really?
So everybody,
everybody
has a pool of some kind, whether it's a little kiddie pool to an in-ground.
You had a really nice in-ground.
I had an in-ground pool, and so if you if you wanted to go for a midnight swim, you could because it's still like 80 degrees.
It was really fancy
Yeah, but
for the time.
but we would always turn the light off.
When we went naked, we did. Yeah.
It's not like we did it that often.
I think it's like 2 times.
Yeah.
We were just always naked swimming.
Like that time that we went swimming in your pool with all of our friends.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, it was like green. Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm shocked that we didn't catch anything.
My dad would just let the pool just turn into a pond in the winter and like grow shit. And then he would like, at spring would come and he'd shock the hell out of it. And it's like, it's blue, get in. But sometimes we didn't want to wait for him to like shock it and get it back. And so we would just go swimming and there'd be
It was like swimming in a lake.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
That's what it was like.
Yeah. And it was an above ground doughboy. So,
Nope.
I don't know. Did I say it right? No. Like the Tupperware thing? I don't really know. Doughboy. We had it.
Yeah.
And yeah. But yeah, you had the nicer pool. And we usually hung out at your house. Did you have the rec room with all your dad's old records?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember we were always too afraid to sleep out there?
Yeah. Or she would just leave me out there. I'd fall asleep. She'd leave me.
Well, I had to go inside to have breakfast.
Leave. No. She would go inside and sleep.
Oh, that's true. I would.
And she'd just leave.
I liked my bed.
I didn't like the cold rec room. Yeah.
I don't know. I think so. I've been thinking about what story to share from work.
Yeah.
And I think there's one that has always stuck in my memory from one of the places I worked. And it was a I shouldn't say it's a tall tale. It's a tale of why you need to be careful what you post on social media.
So we probably shouldn't be doing any of this.
Well, yeah, but we're keeping the innocent very innocent here. So
you've said Miss Furtado's name like 7 times.
I don't know that she's going to watch this. I don't even know that she's around.
She's dead. I'm going to go with it. Okay.
So, I got a call one day that there was a situation at a location that I covered. So I'm in HR. So I covered like a whole area. And this one location, there was a TikTok. And mind you, I was like, this is probably why I got into TikTok to begin with.
Oh, you were doing your HR duties.
Yes.
Not watching.
Yes. Well, because somebody sent it to me. So I got a call from the director that said, hey, there's a situation at one of the locations. And I was sent this TikTok and told by the employees that she was making TikToks in the lobby of the location. Again, I'm keeping everybody in here. Yeah. As well as the company. So I was like, okay, well, obviously there's a rule, especially in the industry there's lots of compliance around safety of information, data safety. So I said, well, what's the problem? And they said, well, she is legitimately, what we were told was that this is what she was doing. And now I've seen the video. She was legitimately twerking in the lobby in front of like the logo.
Oh God.
Yeah. Like just full on like twerking.
Clothes?
Oh, well, yeah. She was clothed.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, that's interesting. Like, and I got asked, do you want to see the video? And I'm like, not really. Like, I don't really need to see it. I trust you guys.
Yeah.
So we had agreed that we would have a conversation with her. Sorry, I keep losing these damn earpieces.
Yeah. We need a good brand of headphones.
So I said, no, let's just have a conversation with her. I don't need to see it necessarily. Well, so we go sit down with her and we say like, hey, no social media, especially in the lobby. Like you shouldn't be doing it at work. Phones are like limited, shouldn't be left to the break room.
Right.
And her response was kind of like, well, I was doing it because, and she like maybe is a whopping like 19, 20 years old.
Oh yeah.
But she's like, I was doing it because I was trying to make my boyfriend jealous. Like no remorse to it, no ownership, no nothing. And so we're like, okay, like again, not at work. So then like no more than a week later, I get another call. They're like, we got an issue. I'm like, fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
Like I almost wanted to be like, can we just call her mom at this point?
Yeah. Right. Where's your mother?
Like, where is your mother?
Where's your mother?
And so she ends up, the report that I get is that now she's on TikTok bashing her coworkers and still doing this shit.
With the logo behind her.
With the logo behind her. And wearing the logo on her shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Are you free? I was like, you know what? At this point, I'm done. Like, I'm just done. So I go to the location because we're going to just terminate. And I sit down and I sit in the corner because, as you know, because me and Julie have actually worked together as well.
Yeah.
I try to sit the furthest from the door so that and I never want anybody to sit in front of the door because I never want anybody to feel like they're being like kept in a room. So they have the freedom to leave if they choose to. So I sit in the corner and she says, they pull her in. And as soon as she sees me, she was like, this is all fucking bullshit. Blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's going on and on because she knows. And I just looked at her and I was like, well, obviously you're aware of what's going to happen. I said, because the last time we had this conversation, it was very clear.
Yeah.
That was the last time we were going to talk about it. I said, so we need you to collect your belongings and, we're going to go ahead and.
Did she work one last time?
Hard
think on the way. She's like,
no, but she was like, this is all fucking bullshit, blah, 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 blah. And so finally I told her, I said, actually, at this point, you can go ahead and just leave and we'll get your belongings. You can wait in the parking lot for us. And she just, the whole way, she just was like, and I was like, and so after she left, I thought, you know what? Now I want to see the video.
Yeah.
Like now she's
so
gone.
you downloaded TikTok to see it?
Well, no, I already had it.
Oh.
But next thing you know, she's like popping up on my TikTok. And I was like,
one of her videos. They're like, you like this
God,
girl?
do you like her? And it was entertaining. But then what happened, which I didn't realize because I had it on my work phone.
Oh.
That then people I worked with that were in my contacts started to pop up on the For You page.
Oh, no.
And I had to quickly get rid of that app.
Oh, yes.
Because because all of a sudden I was getting stuff that I was like, oh my God, no.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know this about you.
I don't want to know. For as nosy as I can be, I don't need to know about the people I work with. Like,
yeah.
I don't need to know if you cross dress on the weekends.
Yeah.
I don't.
Cool.
Like, cool. You do you, boo.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. But like, I don't need to know that you have a fetish with feet or, you know what? You're a great accountant. That's all I need to know.
Love feet. Good.
I don't need to know the rest.
Yeah. Count them toes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? This brings up a kind of a good point. Like, okay, so we're 40. So the internet, I remember you had the internet before us.
The AOL with it.
Yeah. Because you lived just close enough to town.
That's because I lived off Beechwood.
Yeah. One road closer to town. So you got internet before I did. And so I'm so thankful that like TikTok and things like that didn't exist back in the day. Can you imagine the dumb videos we would have made and there would be proof of them? Also the stupid stuff we're telling you stories about.
We have no video pictures. We have like, you had to like go and get them developed. That's bad enough.
I know. And then someone saw them. Yeah. So like
with the I remember I have a picture and I have like blue hair and I always, just so you guys know, I always had a bob. Remember that?
You did.
Because I swam so much in the summer and my hair turned green if I didn't like keep it chlorine out.
My dad didn't let me cut my hair, so
but it was easier for me because, and also I didn't I've never been one that wants to do my hair. I always had this like bob and it was like parted down the middle and that was just.
See, you did the part down the middle before it was cool, or maybe it was cool then.
I mean, I'm kind of it's growing on me. It's whatever at this point.
It's whatever.
What did I say the other day? I'm learning to just go with it.
Yeah.
But I have a picture of me with like blue hair, but it was like grayish because the blue remember the blue wouldn't come out?
Yeah, no, it just, you had to wait for it to grow.
And I had on that big, remember the chain necklace I wore that had like these balls that were gigantic?
Yeah.
I wore big balls.
I wore big balls. Back in the day, big balls.
But do you remember so then there's a picture of me and I have on like the skater outfit stuff and I'm looking at the camera and I'm like.
I think we took those in your bedroom.
That's about it now.
It's those built-in shelves you had.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like those.
Yeah, I remember that because there's a picture of me in goth. I was still doing the heavy goth thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
There's like a Hanson poster on the wall too. I think we're getting into Hanson at that point.
Did love me some.
If you feel like cutting that, Dwayne, you can cut that. I don't, it'll be cool. Again, remember she's like, I don't care what people think about me.
Or the Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Music. We could have a whole episode about
music
from junior high.
Oh, we could. And that was like, then, what's really sad is some of that music will pop up now. And
oh my God.
On my Amazon music. And I'm like, oh, I remember where I was when this happened. And I'm like, oh my God, my son.
Dwayne just had on Pearl Jam the other day. Yeah. Black. And I was like, oh no, it was is it Dan?
Jeremy. Daniel's my brother.
I know. I was trying to think, why was I thinking Jeremy?
Jeremy,
Or, I mean, Daniel, like, why was it? But anyways, he put it on and I had to laugh because I was like, yep, it sounds the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of that when we went to that skater grunge thing.
Yeah.
We were grunge before, it was cool.
Yeah, those were good days.
Yeah.
They were the good days. And then it just, like, yeah.
Yeah.
And now we go
And I
to,
feel like now we're back to good days. So
well,
middle school, big, and then we're back to good days.
we are. I think the other day,
They're harder now, and you have to take a lot more Tylenol. But
so the other day, I think the quote that I said to you was, what was it we were talking about? So I've agreed to take on a lot more work at work right now.
mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of actually living in two places at once. It feels like the people,
Right.
this is why.
And it's hard because you can't
The
gut
people,
apparently.
telling you.
We haven't forgot that from the last episode.
Yes. But the people at the hotel that I stay at every week legitimately know me at this point. Like, and the people at the Vietnamese restaurant that I go to get my pho, they also know me.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start calling him Manly because I don't know his name. He looks like a Manly. I don't know.
Manly, the Vietnamese.
Yeah, he's probably 5 feet tall, but he's like the cutest little thing. But anyways, you were asking me how it was going with living in two different places and covering two different big locations. And I think I said, like, well, most days I feel like I'm underwater and I have a life raft. Yeah. But I've decided that instead of being prepared for anything, I'm just going to wing it. Like, I'm literally just winging it in life at the moment.
No underwear, flying high, winging it.
Wearing no underwear with my jeans.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Just, what do they call that? Going commando. Going commando.
Yeah.
I was going to say free balling, but I don't have balls, so.
Yeah. Dwayne was trying to talk us into doing an episode without our bras, and I was like, I don't know. Get going there. Not really sure if that's more our speed. I also can't see how long we've been talking now because
I know.
he told us to keep an eye on how long we've been talking. We have no idea.
I want to say that we've probably been talking quite a while.
Yeah.
So
probably should cut it off at that point.
Yeah.
I mean,
what ideas you got for the next episode? What can we leave them with?
I mean, I'm always up to talk more about JD Vance if you want. No, I was kidding.
This is entertaining.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think that we have really weird family situations, and I think
you're talking about family next?
That leads to a really interesting aspect. Yeah, like our moms are nuts, and our
the lovely
women they're both lovely.
But we're also getting to an age now, and this will be a lead into next episode. If this is what we're going to talk about, we're also getting into an age now where like the roles are being reversed.
Yeah,
like it's a weird.
Like you're like, mother, why would you do that?
I was talking to somebody. Well, no, like my mom's birthday, and again, I will save the rest for the next one. But my mom's birthday is in October. I literally called her to tell her happy birthday. She didn't call me back on her birthday, and I thought, okay, well maybe she's busy having dinner with like my brother and my niece because they live in California with her. And she literally doesn't call me back until the next day at like 10 a.m. And I was like, well, what do you like? You were out to dinner or something? She's like, no. She's like, we didn't get in until like 5 this morning. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, I'm in Vegas.
Oh, hey,
when the fuck did you decide to go to Vegas? Because you didn't pass that through me.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that you were going to Vegas. Like, how am I supposed to find your body if I don't even know where you're at?
Yeah, I know.
So, anyways,
that's what.
Well, we can lead it to
as murder.
Yeah, moms and murders.
Murder. I mean, you talk about fighting.
Talk about imminent
moms and murder. That episode 3 of Best Friends, or no, Two Friends, No Boundaries.
She one of these. She can't get the name of this next podcast. Right, I'm telling you.
Okay, we're hilarious.
Yeah. I think it's so. Anyway, so next time we'll talk about
moms and
family dynamics. Because Julie absolutely has always loved my father.
Yeah,
she thinks he's like the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah,
I have always had a very different relationship with her father. So and mind you, we've been hanging out for a long time.
Yeah.
So the families are very well.
Family and murder coming up next. Yeah, don't miss it. Hit the bell, like and subscribe, all that crap.
All that bullshit that goes with this thing. Yeah, because we're still learning.
Yeah.
So yeah. But and let us know if there's anything that you guys feel like we need to let loose here.
Yeah, I'll tell an embarrassing work story.
Maybe we should see if one of my girls wants to join us for Moms and Murder.
Oh yeah, they probably got some good grandma stories.
Or they're going to tell stories about me. I'm not sure which one of them will be great. Yeah. God knows what they got on me.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. Bitches.